Welcome to a week in my life. This week I'm just trying to see how much I realistically read. I'm traveling as well as just like doing a bunch of things at home and out of town. So welcome to a week in my life. Yesterday we got in at about 5 and we ended up doing book club last night, making dinner. It was super fun with the girls. Today is our first full day. Pretty much on the agenda is just to read our next book club pick, which is Blue Sisters. I'm currently 16% into the book. I'm really liking it so far. I think it's gonna be devastating. Post hot tub update, we ended up reading a little bit together in the hot tub, which I think is super fun. And I am now about 30% in. We're trying to finish it tonight. So that's my main goal, but I just wanted to update that I was 30% in. I think my favorite sister is Lucky. I think that that's my favorite, but also I don't know them crazy well. I'm gonna shower, put on new comfy clothes, meet up with the girls, eat a little lunch, and yeah. Reading update, I just got to chapter 6 of Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I'm also reading The Last Night at the Telegram Club by Melinda Liu. I'm currently 12 chapters into this, but only on page 97, so I'm also about 30 pages into this. I'm really liking this so far. It's queer and historical fiction, and I've been meaning to dip my toe into historical fiction. It was a good way to break up Blue Sisters with a historical fiction because they have like really nothing to do with one another. So I'm pretty much on par with both books. We're about to eat dinner, do our PowerPoints. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more reading. We check out tomorrow morning at about 10, and then I drive all the way back home to repack my suitcase and head back out of town with my family. So I have a lot of reading to do. I have the audiobook for Blue Sisters, so I'm really hoping to just breeze through Blue Sisters while like cleaning up tomorrow and stuff like that. So that's my reading update. Post travel day update. I drove home this morning from the cabin to my house, unpacked, repacked, went to the gym, and then headed on the road to here. In that time, I finished Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I'm still kind of settling on my rating for it, as well as like kind of my full thoughts and opinions, especially since I started it yesterday and finished it today. I want to kind of sit and ruminate on it. I'm also 40% into Last Night at the Telegram Club by Melinda Liu. I'm really liking this. I have the audiobook of this, so it's making it fly by really fast. I'm on chapter like 22-ish. I also have a graduation to go to tomorrow, but a lot of downtime. So these are the 3 books that I brought. I brought Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, Lord of the Flies by William Golding, and Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. I don't know if I want to jump right into another Coco Mellors book, but also I want to jump back into a Coco Mellors book. Does that make sense? But I think I want to wait until I'm like fully homing and fully annotate this. So this book is so short and it would be a reread for me, and I'm just kind of dying to be back. It's not a book that you would consider wanting to go back into, but I've been thinking about this ever since watching Yellow Jackets. If you watch Yellow Jackets on Netflix, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I cannot stop thinking about this book. So I'm thinking about possibly jumping into this one, especially since it is such a short read and a reread, just to like start tonight, finish tomorrow vibes. But Great Big Beautiful Life, I can't go anywhere without getting it spoiled. With that being said, I don't know what I'm reading next. Update. So last night I decided to read a little bit more of The Last Night at Telegram Club, and I also read a bit more throughout the day. I had a graduation to go to, so I was reading sporadically. I'm currently on chapter 46. I have about 30 pages left, not super long. I'm hoping to finish this tonight. And then I picked up A Love Letter to Whiskey on my Kindle so I could have something to read at night. I am only 16% into this book, but I was reading it really fast last night, and this is 16% like as of last night, so I feel like I'm gonna breeze through this book. Going back to last night at the Telegram Club, I don't think I explained this really well, so I wanted to talk about it because it's actually really good. Basically, this is a coming of age story. She lives in San Fran in Chinatown. Her name is Lily, and it's her coming of age story as well as historical fiction. It takes place in the 1950s in San Fran, and it talks a lot about like LGBTQ rights, and it actually does a really good job of like not being cringy. I feel like a lot of like sapphic romances end up being really cheesy, much like any romances, and this does a really good job of like being informative. In the back of the book, Melinda Liu has like at least 20 pages that's just like her research and her bibliography. So I'm really enjoying it. I also, you can tell that the author really had a story to tell, which I think is really awesome. It's also won like clearly a bunch of awards, so I would give this a read. It's actually going by pretty fast. It's less than 400 pages. It's about 390. I'm gonna finish this book and then I'm gonna pick up Love Letter to Whiskey after that. I finished last night at the Telegraph Club. I still need to get my thoughts together. Like Blue Sisters, I think I'm gonna save all of my thoughts for the books that I finished this week at the end of the video, so I can be like a little bit more cohesive, especially since I just finished it. I want to make sure that like my rating still stands. The book was really good, but I think there could be a second book. I feel like the ending wouldn't have been so abrupt, because that's my problem with it, is that the ending felt so like, oh okay, and then there was like an epilogue for a year later and it still kind of ended open-ended. Don't know what I want to read next. I'm definitely going to keep reading Love Letter to Whiskey, but I love having two books at one time. I like reading like two starkly different books. So I could start Lord of the Flies as like my physical book and then keep reading Love Letter to Whiskey as my like Kindle book, but I think I'm just gonna pick up Love Letter to Whiskey, read that for a little bit, and check back in. Hey y'all, so it is Monday. I think the last time I talked to you guys, I just started Great Big Beautiful Life. So I have some updates. I'm currently on page 70 of Great Big Beautiful Life, so I'm about 20% in, but I've been binge reading Love Letter to Whiskey. Surprisingly, it's really hitting the spot. Like I thought that it was just gonna be like a book talk book, but it's actually really cute. In Love Letter to Whiskey, I'm 43% in. Right now I'm reading on my iPad because my Kindle's charging for the first time like ever. Today's plans are kind of everywhere. I have some training to do for my other job, as well as like I want to film some content because the lighting's actually decent today, and kind of pick up my room and stuff. So I'm going to try and find either an audiobook of Love Letter to Whiskey or Great Big Beautiful Life, or a third option. Because if you haven't noticed, I read about like 3 books at a time on like 3 different platforms. So update about this book, I don't know how to feel yet. I'm really liking this main character. I hate the male main character. I like have a bunch of like annotations where I'm just like, ew, because I don't like him. I'm hoping that I come around to him, but it's giving Evelyn Hugo vibes. Like very much so Evelyn Hugo vibes. Love Letter to Whiskey, which I think I've mentioned before, but I don't think I've fully talked about it. This girl has this best friend. She starts dating Jamie, who is whiskey. Very much like going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Right now, I think it's gonna sit at a solid like 4 stars. It's pretty good. This one, I think has the potential to be a 5 stars. We'll see. All right, y'all. I have some updates. I don't mean to ride this hate train, but I have some things I need to say. This is how much I've read. This is how much I have left, okay? Without spoiling anything, I'm just not enjoying the romance. On the back of the book, we know that Margaret is like the sort of Evelyn Hugo character talking about her life, right? And Alice and Hayden fighting for the spot to write her novel, right? I'm enjoying these, like, I love the scenes with Margaret and I love hearing her story. Like, if the book was entirely that, I would be like, oh, absolutely 5 stars. I'm getting frustrated. So I'm gonna switch to an audiobook because reading this book makes me want to throw it against the wall. I'm hoping that tomorrow, since tomorrow's the last day of this vlog, I can finish one, if not both. That's my goal for tonight. I guess I'll see you guys in the morning with another update. So book update, it is currently 1:56 on Tuesday, so today's the last day of this reading vlog. I wanted to give a few updates and a little haul. I don't know if I ended up showing you guys what I got at Books A Million on Mother's Day, but then also I, as you guys saw, went to Barnes & Noble. So that is the 4th time that I've shopped for books in this vlog, so I'm clearly on a book buying ban. At Books A Million, I only ended up getting 2 books. I got People We Meet on Vacation and Scatter of the Light. This is the second companion novel in Melinda Liu's Last Night at the Telegraph Club. In this video, I keep calling it Telegram Club. Anyway, so this is the companion novel. I wanted to read it because I really liked the writing of the other one. This is the only Emily Henry book I have yet to read. And then today, I went to Barnes & Noble and I got a copy of Talking at Night. I got The Night the River Wept by Lo Patrick. I read Floating Girls by Lo Patrick and really liked it, and it was giving very much hot summer day, Lake Georgia vibes. I wanted an atmospheric, hot summer day read, not a beach read, if you understand what I'm saying. Other than that, I've been trying to get a decent amount into Love Letter to Whiskey. It's dragging right now. I really liked it, and then it's kind of dragging. I'm 50% through, so I'm gonna tough it out. It's gonna be my nighttime read, but I'm also starting Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors because I need a devastating read. This entire vlog is Kaylee Ray reads too many books at one time. Since this is the end of the video, I wanted to kind of recap all of the books that I've read this week and sort of my thoughts and feelings. Starting off with Blue Sisters, which is the first book that I started. I really liked this book. I think I ended up giving it a solid 4 stars. I just loved the way that she described things. I really connected to Avery because she was the older sister, but without giving any spoilers away, I feel like Lucky is the one that I was most entertained by. Then I read and finished The Last Night at the Telegraph Club. It was really good. Surprising. Like I said, historical fiction meets LGBTQ queer book, but not in a cringy way. I feel like a lot of sapphic books nowadays are really cringy, and I usually hate them. But this was really good. I think that historical fiction element of it really added to it. The main character is also a POC, she lives in Chinatown in San Fran. I don't know, I really liked this book. I think I also gave this a 4 stars. I liked it so much that I ended up buying, of course, the companion novel like I talked about before. The reason it wasn't a 5-star was because the ending was so abrupt. It was just okay, and we're done. It was cute. It was coming of age meets historical fiction meets politics meets LGBTQ. Lastly, I read and finished Great Big Beautiful Life. I ended up giving this a 2.75 stars. I know that's really controversial, but hear me out. I loved the Margaret plotline. On the back of the book, it's already explained Alice and Hayden, the male main character and the female main character, are competing to write the biography of this woman's life. Margaret, she's essentially this childhood star. Her family was rich, whatever. I really liked the Margaret plotline. I hated the male main character, and I came around to him. He became better towards the end, but it was kind of insta love. I wish that it either was their romance or the biography. I read 3 books this week, which I feel like is a pretty average rating. I usually get through about 2 or 3 a week. If you made it to this point of the video, hi, I hope you can stay around for a little bit. Don't forget to follow my TikTok. It's also Kaylee is Booked, as well as my Instagram, my Fable, and my Goodreads. We'll also have down below in the description all the books that I talked about in today's video. If you want to see more videos like this or other book-related content, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.